Hello and welcome to this edition of Ask Dr. Robyn. I'm Dr. Robyn Silverman, Child and Teen Development Specialist and the creator of the Powerful Words Character System. Today's letter is from G. Miller in Cincinnati, Ohio, who writes, "Dear Dr. Robyn, I'm finding that my child often mails it in and doesn't work very hard in school. He doesn't seem to care, but he can do it. He's bright and talented. I have rewarded him and paid him for top grades. I've taken things away for poor grades. Nothing seems to work. What can I do? I am running out of ideas." Well, thank you, G. I can sense that you care very much about your child. You see greatness in your child. It can be challenging to see our children in a positive light and yet feel like they aren't living up to their potential. Sometimes, even though we have the best of intentions, some of the tactics that we use to help encourage hard work and striving may actually be outdated and backfire. It sounds like you've tried a bunch of ideas. None of them are working the way you hoped. So here are some thoughts. Number one, drop rewards and punishment for grades. Research actually tells us that rewarding kids for good grades can make them feel less interested in learning and performing than if we don't reward them at all. Why is this? The motivation for learning and striving needs to come from within, rather than from outside sources. When outside sources play a role, internal motivation takes a backseat. Number two, find out what interests them. Sometimes we have to bring kids through their door before we can bring them through our door. Someone once said that to me, actually. That means we need to find what ignites our child's interest in learning, gardening, sports, music, comic books. What is it? Weaving their interests into the academics can bridge the gap. For example, you can teach athletics to teach math. You can teach gardening to teach science, music to teach history. And did you know there's graphic novels out there that retell classic fiction and give historical facts, from Little Women to I Survived the Sinking of the Titanic? So many options. Number three, investigate and listen. Sometimes there's a concrete reason for a lack of interest in school. For example, research shows that one of the biggest factors in school interest and learning is feeling connected to one's teacher. If your child isn't feeling connected, can something be done to help, or is there another teacher or a tutor who can provide additional assistance? The same way that if he's not feeling connected to his peers, that can make a difference. What changes can we make that will make that difference? That's all for this edition of Ask Dr. Robyn. Please continue to send in your questions. It may be featured next time. In the meantime, I hope you make it a very powerful month. Thank you, everyone.